for Nigeria. While we have absolute confidence in the executive arm to address these challenges, the National Assembly deemed it apt to constitute this ad hoc committee to investigate diverse allegations of economic sabotage in the petroleum industry and develop a responsive regime that would deepen global best practices in the industry. The constitution of this ad hoc committee became highly imperative after an extensive debate at the July 3, 2024 plenary of the Senate on a motion on the importation of hazardous and substandard petroleum products into the country. The motion was sponsored by the chairman of the Senate Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, distinguished Senator Asukwo Ekpeyon, representing Cross River South. Initially, it was a clear case of the importation of hazardous and substandard petroleum products, which the Senate condemned in its entirety. In their contributions, distinguished senators offered diverse perspectives on the implications of such illicit practice for our national economic and security interests. These perspectives, painstakingly offered by the distinguished senators, informed the resolution of the Senate to constitute an ad hoc committee to investigate the alleged economic sabotage in the petroleum industry. It is pertinent to note that in the course of interactions with the identified stakeholders, this committee will visit any of their facilities that it deems necessary, especially the state-owned refineries, to ascertain their status, considering the huge funds already invested in their various turnaround maintenances without any meaningful result. The committee, alongside all Nigerians, is particularly interested in understanding why local refineries are not working, despite the substantial amounts of money spent annually on their maintenance and operations. We will closely monitor what NNPCL has been doing to address this persistent problem. Our investigation will seek to identify and hold accountable all parties involved in the importation and distribution of the adulterated petroleum products, especially premium motor spirit and automotive gas oil, and such other acts that are detrimental to the operations of the petroleum industry. This includes suppliers, importers, regulatory bodies, and any other entity that may have contributed to lapses in the petroleum industry. We will conduct a thorough review of current regulatory frameworks and procedures to identify deficiencies and recommend necessary reforms to prevent such occurrences in the future. To ensure broad participation and transparency, we have already created a platform for the general public and stakeholders to submit memoranda before the public hearings that are slated to hold from September 10 to 12, 2024. These sessions will enable us to engage directly with key actors in the petroleum industry and unravel those behind the illicit practice of importing hazardous and substandard petroleum products into the country, contrary to established protocols and standards. After the public hearing, the committee will go into closed sessions during which we will consider all the submissions from the key actors and critical stakeholders. Respected stakeholders, why did the National Assembly resolve to carry out this investigation? Will this investigative hearing end up like the previous ones? Can the National Assembly really address the challenges in the petroleum industry, given the entrenched interests of some powerful interests? These are some of the questions the media and, of course, the Nigerian people have been asking in their analysis and reports since the composition of this ad hoc committee on the 3rd of July 2024. These questions may seem difficult, but I am confident that we are on a mission to make a difference by the grace of God. We have accepted this huge responsibility with the resolve to make a difference. We are also staking our integrity and safety in order to develop an efficient and functional regime that guarantees the transparent management of strategic national resources, endears serious investors to our petroleum industry, and creates more opportunities for our people at home and abroad. Why are you here? Every stakeholder invited here plays significant statutory role and collaborates to provide comprehensive oversight, regulatory compliance, security, and policy direction to address and mitigate any act of economic sabotage in the Nigerian petroleum industry. For instance, Standards Organization of Nigeria is responsible for setting and enforcing quality standards for products and services. In this context, it ensures that petroleum products meet specified quality standards, preventing substandard products that could lead to economic sabotage. Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited oversees the exploration, production, refining, and marketing of petroleum and petroleum products in Nigeria. Its involvement is crucial in providing data, operational insights, and identifying potential areas where economic sabotage could occur within the supply chain. Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority regulates the midstream and downstream sectors of the petroleum industry. It ensures compliance with regulations, monitors operations, and can provide insight into regulatory breaches or inefficiencies that might contribute to economic sabotage. The Nigerian Navy plays a critical role in securing Nigeria's maritime borders. In this context, its role includes preventing illegal bunkering, oil theft, and ensuring the safe transportation of petroleum products across Nigerian waters. Nigerian Customs regulates and controls the import and export of oil and gas products to ensure compliance with Nigerian laws and international trade agreements while enforcing standards and specifications. Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission regulates the upstream sector of the petroleum industry. Its role involves overseeing exploration and production activities, ensuring adherence to regulations, and identifying any act of sabotage or non-compliance that could affect the upstream operations. The Ministry of Petroleum Resources, of course, is responsible for formulating and implementing policies for the petroleum sector. It provides strategic direction, coordinates activities among various stakeholders, and ensures that policies are in place to prevent economic sabotage. Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency is responsible for regulating shipping, maritime labor, and coastal waters. In the context of the petroleum industry, it ensures the safety and security of maritime operations, which is crucial in preventing illegal activities such as oil theft and unauthorized bunkering. Ministry of Trade and Investment oversees trade policies and investment opportunities. Its role involves promoting fair trade practices, ensuring that investments in the petroleum sector are protected from economic sabotage, and fostering an environment conducive to legitimate business activities. The justifications, ladies and gentlemen, continue for every invited stakeholder. And in the course of our public hearing, we also will be industry-specific, agency-specific, in ensuring that it is not a generalized hearing.